Hey, sorry about that. My laptop turned itself off midway through the recording. So we're back up. We're again on a weekend amalgam. In most cases, you're not going to play this. We got through most of the talking about in the previous video. Anything else you want to add, Chris?
Don't play Awakened Amalgam unless you really have to.
Or if you manage to have like 6 different lands. Like, that is a thing, and then this is a 6-power 4/4, which is actually a good card.
If you're in Pentacolor, sure, run it.
Yeah. Captain's Hook is our next card along. It's a 3-mana equipment. Equips for 1. An equipped creature has +2/0, Menace, and is a pirate. And if it becomes unattached from a permanent, destroy it. Destroy the permanent, not Captain's Hook.
Yeah.
So
I don't like it.
Really? I think it's good.
I think it's fine, but the 3 mana just feels really weird to me. Because the equipped one is like, oh, we can bounce it back and forth from different things. Oh, wait, no, we can't.
Yeah, but generally speaking, you're just going to throw this on the biggest thing and leave it on until the biggest thing dies. And then you're going to move it to something else.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not what I'd call really great. It's not a rare I'm truly excited to open.
Yeah, that's fair, because it is a rare. And if this was like my pre-release promo or something, I'm going to feel kind of bad about it. I can see where you're coming from. That being said, I still think it's a good enough card. Like, you're probably going to play this most of the time you have it.
It's fine. This next card, though, is also more interesting. It is Golden Guardian. It is 4 generic for a 4/4 artifact creature with Defender. And you can pay 2 generic and make it fight another creature you control. When it would die this turn, return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. And when it flips, it becomes Goldforge Garrison, which is a non-legendary land that taps for 2 mana of any 1 color to your mana pool, and you can pay 4 and tap it to make basically Golden Guardian. It's just a 4/4 colorless golem artifact creature.
But it doesn't have Defender anymore.
No, because it's Awakened or something.
Yeah, so the pattern with this is you're going to block like a 3/3 and then have your Golden Guardian fight a random 1/1 you have. It'll die, it'll flip. And then just every turn you get to pay 5 mana to make a 4/4, which is going to win you the game eventually.
You're paying effectively 6 mana.
Well, 4 and then a land. Yes, Goldforge Garrison taps for 2, but
you're paying effectively 6.
Effectively 6 mana for a 4/4 every turn is still your opponent. You and your opponent will be drawing lands, and while that's happening, you're playing a 4/4 every turn.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's not bad. I'm just making sure the numbers actually match up.
You're all right. That's fair. The other thing, you do have to activate the ability in order for it to flip afterwards. So if you just block a 5/5 with this, it doesn't turn into Goldforge Garrison.
Yes. That is true.
Anything else you have to say about it? I think it's cool. I like this card.
No, I think it's cool, and it'll probably look great in foil.
Yep. Next card along is Silent Gravestone. It's basically unplayable and limited. It costs 1. It's an artifact. Cards in graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities. And you can pay 4 and tap it to exile Silent Gravestone and everyone's graveyards, and then you draw a card. So
to its credit, it has 2 actual benefits. It cycles for 5 at sorcery speed, and it counts as a permanent for Ascend. Beyond that, I think I'm ready to rip it up and move to the next card.
I am super excited about this card, but it's awful unlimited.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Azor's Gateway. It's another legendary artifact. It's 2 generic mana to play.
It's a mythic, by the way. We're in mythics now.
We are in mythic artifacts. You pay 1 and tap it to draw a card and then exile a card from your hand, which is kind of like looting. And then if cards with 5 or more different converted mana costs are exiled with it, gain 5 life, untap it, and transform it. It transforms into Sanctum of the Sun, which is a legendary land that adds X mana of any 1 color to your mana pool, where X is your current life total. This is a land that taps for 10 mana. It's just you have to put 7 mana into it first and 5 cards.
I mean, I think it's a land that taps for 6 mana, but sure.
Well, no, you'll be at 6 life when you flip this, and then you gain 5, so you go up to 11.
Why are you at 6 life when you flip this? Are you just randomly throwing out numbers?
Well, you said 6. Or... You said a card that makes 6 mana. So...
I know. 1 plus 5 life.
1 is just as random at 6, regardless. Yeah.
I'm doing minimum. It's not random at all.
You don't want to be playing this unlimited. Being 7 mana and 5 cards down before it's even on its good side. And it's a very real deck building restriction, having to exile 5 cards of different mana costs.
Yeah.
This is a constructed plan. I can't wait till to see what someone in a Pro Tour does with this thing, but don't play it unlimited.
In its defense, it can exile another copy of itself if you draft 2 of them. And it's a permanent for Ascend.
Both of those are
Beyond
true.
That, it's not playable. This next one, though, I'm legitimately excited about and actually is playable. This is El Sol Immortal, or the Immortal Sun, for those English speakers and readers. It is 6 generic for a legendary artifact with players can't activate Planeswalker's loyalty abilities. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. Spells you cast cost 1 generic less to cast, and creatures you control get +1/+1. I think this card's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a 6 generic mana anthem, which isn't great, but that's not horrible. I mean, but it also draws you extra cards and makes all of your spells cheaper. I think this card is extremely good. If you actually make the top ability relevant, then you win the moral victory.
Or lose the moral victory because you're dealing along with Planeswalkers.
Yeah. Do not play Huatli and Angrath and this in the same deck. It won't end well for you.
Because, see, I fully plan on it, except I fully plan on playing both Huatlis and Angrath and the Immortal Sun and what other Planeswalkers? Oh, yeah, Jason Vraska. In limited.
Yeah, don't do
and
that.
This is going to be a pre-release deck.
Send me a picture when that happens. Still, it's a good card. I like this card. I like it a lot. It will do its job. It gets you closer to Ascend. It makes things cheaper. It draws you extra cards to take advantage of that. And all of your creatures get a little bit bigger to just bump it up to that next little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Onwards, our next card's Evolving Wilds. It's a land that you can sacrifice it to get a basic land onto the battlefield tapped. It's a mana fixer, and it's really good at that.
Tap it in fact. I don't know if you said that. I didn't hear it, though.
But it's a good mana fixer. You'll be okay with this in 2 mana because it thins your deck, or 2 color deck because it thins your deck out of lands, and you'll be actively happy with it in a 3 color deck.
And if you're in monocolor and you get a bunch of these for some unknown reason, and you're running the Merfolk rare, you might be able to get them all back on the field and thin your deck a bunch, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that is Magic Christmas Land if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, well, Magic Christmas Land is a card in my world.
Our next is a set of cards. They're the enemy-colored, enter the battlefield tapped lands.
Yep.
So there's one that's green-blue, one that's white-black, one that's black-green, one that's red-white, and one that's blue-red. All of them have nothing else going for them. There are 2 colors, and they enter battlefield tapped.
Yeah, they're fine. If you're in those colors, you'll play it.
Yep, they're also cards you will always play in their colors. The one of them, Foul Orchard specifically, is slightly worse because green-black isn't exactly a supported archetype. It's more supported than just regular Ixalan, but I'd rather have the Woodland Stream and be in Merfolk than have Foul Orchard and be in green-black.
Any day of the week.
Yep. You have anything else to say about it?
Oh, no. Okay. I'm ready to move to Arch of Orazca. Hello?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, I wasn't sure if I lost you again. This is a rare land with Ascend, and it taps for a colorless, but if you have City's Blessing, you can pay 5 and tap it to draw a card. Those 3 little words. I like it. It's very little downside.
All it's asking is for you to play a colorless land in your deck, and in return, you can... 6 mana is a lot to draw a card. But
Yeah.
it's still...
It's got to be way late game, because you have 10 permanents on field.
Yeah, exactly. So you have 6 mana to just throw around, and if you... Every other turn, you draw an extra card, and then... So, like, you play 2 cards, the next turn you draw 2 cards, the next turn you play 2 cards, you're going to end up ahead.
Yeah, 4 milling yourself out.
Also valid. I like this card. I think it's cool.
Same.
And I think 3-color decks probably won't be able to support it, but any 2-color deck should be able to run it pretty effectively.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
And that is the wrap-up of our Rivals of Ixalan set review.
Praise be to everything that we got this done. It was fun, but it was also like 30 some odd 40 hours to just be sitting here in front of a chair or in a chair in front of a computer or something.
Yep. I had fun doing it. I can't wait for next one, honestly.
Yeah. See you in Dominaria, if not before then.
Yep. We'll start up on drafting Rivals once it's open, and we'll keep putting up episodes after that.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys then.
See you next time on Limited Experience.